north to south, coast to coast. This is the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. If you're on Facebook.com/the Wells Report, you just saw that I pointed to every point on the compass just then. It's one of the advantages of having a building that faces north and south, east and west. You're listening to the Wells Report. My name is John David Wells. Our telephone number is 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687. President has stepped into the world of reality, which is something you typically don't do if you're a politician. The thing about it is President Trump is not a politician. He wouldn't be President Trump if he was a politician. We know that because the best crop of political presidential candidates this country has ever seen was put away by the American people. And every time somebody says something snotty and ridiculous about the President of the United States, they are slapping 63 million Americans who voted for him. They are deepening the impression of the people who put him in office that politicians are the problem. Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of political friends. I got a lot of friends who are politicians that are sitting on Capitol Hill right this very moment. It pains me to say this, but I'm results-oriented. This government does not work to the benefit of the people of the United States. It does not. And we have proof. Last week, they turned aside permanently the idea that there should be a citizenship question on the census of the United States. Why in heaven's name would you not want to know how many citizens of the United States actually live in the country? If you don't care about the citizens of the United States, why do the census at all? And what good is a government that doesn't care whether American citizenship matters or not? These people are therefore, I think, proving themselves to be un-American. Everybody standing up and saying terrible things about this president's bigoted, terrible, rotten president. Okay? The people of the United States put him in office. That's it. Only the people of the United States know who the president is supposed to be. And to sit here and cobble this up as to some sort of a racist screed, okay, well, let's talk about that in just a couple of minutes. I got a little something to say about that racism thing. Okay? All of these aggrieved squad members, AOC and the rest of them. But first, calling us from Lucas, Texas, it's the lovely Ann. Ann, welcome to the show.
Well, hi, John.
Hi, Ann.
I want to answer to the fact that Mr. Obama was far more racially
divisive
than Mr. Trump.
Well, let's talk about it.
Okay, Mr. Trump, he has proven over and over, and trust me, I'm not a Trump fan.
Okay.
Trump opens his mouth and creates problems that are totally unnecessary. And that irritates the fool out of me. But Mr. Obama, I voted for him the first time because I felt with his background of coming from a biracial family, he, of all people, would do more towards helping unite the races. And what he did was set us way back.
I think so, too.
Way back.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And
That's the point I was trying to make.
I grew up in Houston, Texas. I did not know about racism till my family moved us to Illinois.
Yep.
That's where I found out about racism.
Man.
That's where and we had a black lady that helped my single mom raise us, and we were trained to treat her like an aunt
Well, of course.
She was, because she was with us more than anyone.
Right.
And her husband was Uncle Charlie, and we often stayed at her house. Yes, I knew that they lived in an area where there were more black people, and there were more white people in my neighborhood. But it just didn't occur to me that there was anything different. Now, until I moved to Illinois, I didn't even know about the Ku Klux Klan until I was working my way through college at a Holiday Inn, and that's where those fools met.
Yep.
And, apparently down south, they kind of kept to themselves, except when they did their stupidity.
Which is just absolutely primitive idiocy. There is no doubt about it. There is no redeeming quality in any of those things that those KKK guys ever did. It is absolutely stupid. I mean, it is.
Well, yeah.
It is literally. It's primitive tribalism writ large, and it has no. There is no redeeming quality in it in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely none. I have been accused of being a racist.
Hasn't everybody?
I would think so, especially white folks.
Yeah, I mean, we have heard all kinds of things here about.
Just because I stepped on the street. When I was mayor of this town, anytime we did anything, if somebody didn't like it, I was accused of being a racist and going against the Spanish people. And my response was, have you people not seen my last name? I'm married to the cutest little wetback you've ever met. And I birthed one. I mean, let's get it straight.
Well, what's your last name, Ann? Can you tell us your last name?
Guzman.
Guzman.
Yes. And Grandma and Grandpa came from Mexico.
Yeah.
Both of them. And both of them are naturalized citizens.
Right.
And this is just absurd, this bullcorn, and what these women, and I use the term loosely.
Well, no.
Are calling, I'm sorry, but you got to call them as you see them. And these gals haven't got a clue about America. That
is true. That is completely true. And apparently a former mayor of Lucas, Texas. As far as I know, she might be the continued mayor of Lucas, Texas. If she isn't, she probably ought to be. Listening to the Wells Report, my name is John David Wells. Telephone number is 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687. Here's what started it all.
So all I'm saying is, if they want to leave, they can leave, John. They can leave. I mean, I look at Omar. I don't know. I never met her. I hear the way she talks about Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda has killed many Americans. She said, you can hold your chest out. When I think of America, when I think of Al-Qaeda, I can hold my chest out.
Is there anything racist in that? The answer is no. Is there anything anti-American in that? Yeah, Ilhan Omar talking about how she is proud of the accomplishments of Al-Qaeda. This woman was elected by the people of Minnesota. I'm sorry. Was that a mistake? You know what? Yeah, I think it was a mistake. I think it was huge. I think it was ridiculous. Why in heaven's name would you elect an Al-Qaeda fan to represent you in the United States Congress? So the President of the United States is just a ridiculous racist. I'm sitting here going, no, he's not a ridiculous racist. He's not. Is he an agent of change? Yes. Is he somebody who says things that shake up the political world, yes. And that's something else we need to talk about here. Remember, these politicians that are saying that President Trump is racist, et cetera, remember they have an interest in trying to defeat President Trump for a lot of different reasons, not the least of which is that he's not a politician. Let me ask you a question. If you could not elect politicians for the rest of your voting days, would you indeed pursue electing your neighbor, electing somebody that is known to you? Or do you believe that the professional politician class is the best way to run the American government? You see, I happen to believe that there is no way possible that you can make that statement without immediately being rendered nauseated at a level resembling art. What have they solved in the last 25 or 30 years? Nothing. Nothing. Do we know when life begins legally in this nation? No. No, we don't. Somebody talked about how Trump was a vile dictator today. Why? Because of his executive orders? Does anybody remember the Do Nothing Congress? Anybody remember President Obama? It's okay for President Obama because he was a professional politician. Not okay. Not okay for President Trump because he's not a professional politician. These people simply want to set aside President Trump's presidency as an aberration. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm trying to tell politicians something. The American people fired you in 2016. Nobody's acknowledged that. Except me. The American people fired politicians wholesale. And by the way, I find it absolutely ridiculous that a bunch of communist socialists, and they are avowed progressive anti-American socialists, they say so. I find it ridiculous that anybody would hold anything they have to say regarding the president's qualifications under any circumstances to be the president of the United States when they are absolutely representing the philosophy that has destroyed more nations than it has ever built. You're listening to the Wells Report. I am John David Wells. Our telephone number is 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687. Cleo's going to join us next. You are welcome to as well. Nancy Pelosi has announced a resolution condemning President Trump for his racist tweets. And by the way, I got to bring this up. I'm sorry. Didn't Nancy Pelosi earn the racial charges of the squad, these 4 women, just last week for something that Nancy Pelosi said? And then, of course, it was immediately just shoved under the rug. Oh, no, we didn't call Nancy Pelosi a racist. Yes, you did. Under very similar circumstances. President Trump, it's anti-Americanism. Nancy Pelosi was talking about how these people have 4 votes, they're socialists, that's all they've got. And AOC said, well, she's a racist. So what's the story here?
I used to wonder when I saw people going into nice hotels, really nice hotels, taking a pillow with them. That was before I got a MyPillow, because I know it doesn't matter where I'm going. Whether I'm going to a 1-star, 3-star, 5-star hotel, MyPillow goes with me. Whether it's just overnight or whether it's on vacation. And here's the great deal about MyPillow right now. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. 2 MyPillow premium pillows for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. The lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. And it's still the same pillow. Great pillow, 60-day money-back guarantee, 10-year warranty. And call them. 1-800-951-8175, or go to MyPillow.com, use promo code USA, click on the 2-pack special, and get the best deal you've ever gotten on a good night's sleep when you get a MyPillow.
Hi, this is Wayne Allen Root. I have a voice problem. My voice easily gets hoarse. That's a big problem when you're a talk show host. I talk thousands of hours a year on radio and TV. I have to protect my voice. Well, those problems are a thing of the past. My throat is now a workhorse because of My Doctor Suggests all-natural silver lozenges. I pop these lozenges all day long and all show long. Silver has been used historically to destroy bacteria, viruses, and even yeast. Imagine sucking on a lozenge and letting the silver slowly and consistently destroy the cause of mouth, throat, and respiratory problems. Those lozenges work. I'm living proof. They're a miracle for me. Now a more advanced silver formula is available in a liquid gel or lozenge form, and you can get all three in one package at 20% off because War sent you. My Doctor Suggests the name of the company, but Wayne Root doesn't suggest. I urge you to try these remarkable all-natural lozenges today. Call 866-660-9868. That's 866-660-9868, or go to mydoctorsuggest.com/root. Use promo code USA Radio to save 20% off. That's mydoctorsuggest.com/root.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Why? Because you can save 45% on packages compared to your high-priced cable bill. Wow. Take those giant scissors out and cut the cable and save with Dish TV. Plus, you get a free DVR upgrade to record your favorite shows and free installation. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch TV for free on your mobile device. Act fast. You can save hundreds of dollars. Does your cable company do that for you? I don't think so. Get all the best TV programming at your fingertips at a fraction of the price of cable TV. So say adios, arrivederci, goodbye to the high cable bill and save up to 45% on Dish TV packages today. These are limited time offers and can change at any time. Call fast. 800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. That's 800-610-5739.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS and you cannot afford to make payments to the IRS, you may qualify for the CNC tax program. This is a new program, and if you qualify, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Once you're accepted into this program, the IRS is forced to stop all harassing collection activities. No threatening phone calls, no wage garnishments, no bank levies, and no more monthly payments to the IRS. Get ready to write this number down. It's the most important number you'll ever need to end your IRS tax nightmare. Call Paramount Tax Relief at 800-547-4804 for a free confidential consultation to find out if you qualify for the CNC tax program. Once you are accepted into the CNC tax program, you won't make any payments to the IRS while in this program. Call Paramount Tax Relief now at 800-547-4804. That's 800-547-4804. Again, 800-547-4804.
You are listening to the Wells Report on the USA Radio Network. I want to apologize to the stations down the line for talking over their very professional and incredibly great sounding announcer. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Telephone number 844-RADIO-US, 844-723-4687. Should people who are congressmen, congresswomen, and senators, presidents, should they be pro-America? Should they be required to live up to their oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States? Yes or no, and why? Also, do you think the tweets of President Trump were racist or not? And one last question. Who was more racist, President Obama or President Trump? Cleo from Plano, Plano, Texas. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Hey, John David. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
My headset on. Okay, good. I guess I'm going to address those down the line. First, I think the problem with the president's tweets, I didn't like them either. But the reason I didn't like them is because I knew they were going to be misinterpreted, or better yet, people hear or see what they want to see. And I'm pretty sure some people go, that goes both ways. And it's true. And I knew they were going to be misconstrued and used. What I like about the president is I feel like he does something that I call plain speaking.
Yes.
A lot of people in this country are so used to politicians that they don't know that they're being soft-touched, that they don't know that they're being handled by a professional who is used to telling you what you want to hear.
Exactly.
And as far as some Republicans coming forward, yeah, you will always have some people on some sides who are worried about losing their office and who will always just do that knee-jerk reaction and go, oh, I vilify those comments without even hearing the whole thing and seeing it in the context it really was in.
Isaac, who was just on the phone with us, mentions that Republicans Fred Upton, Pete Olson, Mike Turner,
I read that.
Will Hurd, Pat Toomey have also called the president's statements harmful or racist. The thing about that is that takes me back to the fact that these are politicians, and they have a vested interest in seeing President Trump defeated, because what President Trump does is completely disrupt the political way of things, the political order. He absolutely destroys it.
I totally agree with you on that, because before President Trump, it took years, sometimes decades, to get something passed. And sometimes you would wonder why, things took so long to, progress through Congress and our government. And all of a sudden with Trump, things get done almost overnight.
Yep.
And I really feel like there's a lot of people on both sides who have a vested interest in getting him out, because the deep state, they don't want this kind of behavior. They're used to having that go along, get along. Hey, I'll put your pork fat on this bill if you put my pork fat on this bill, and we'll all do it together as long as you put the thing I wanted on there and I'll put the thing you wanted on there. And that shows why so many things cost so much in government. And I don't think a lot of people realize that's how things get done. And sometimes things never get done, because people are like, well, no, I don't want to put your snail darter thing on there, and I don't want to put your new music center in your little podunk town on there.
Yeah, I hear you.
And that's just how they think. But I do think that also those Republicans, too, but most people don't realize some of those Republicans are in very sensitive districts, too. So they literally have to distance themselves from the president because they're worried about their own reelection.
Well, and the thing about it is,
if you're really into politics and you know how those things work, you know that's what's going on.
Well, there's no doubt about it. You're right on point, Cleo, like always. And I appreciate your call. Thank you very much for joining us. 844-RADIO-US. 844-723-4687. Yeah, the president kicked open an anthill today. He was immediately vilified as a racist. Democrats plan vote condemning xenophobic Trump. That's not xenophobia. Anti-Trump Republican Jeff Flake calls on the GOP to condemn vile and offensive tweets. Jeff Flake, your time is up, my friend. You're out of office for a very important reason. It's because you suck. That's all I can say. Then there's somebody who says if the Republicans can't condemn Trump's racist tweets, they're as racist as he is. Well, how fascist of you, Ms. Alvia Diaz from the Arizona Republic. You're listening to The Wells Report. My name's John David Wells. Back with more in just a moment.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I'm loving my Balance of Nature. Since I started, I have not gotten one cold. I kind of fight everything. I get a little tickle, but it goes away.
It's just amazing the difference I felt. I want you to know how much I appreciate the counseling and so forth and your attention to your people. I have been a pretty big advocate for the Balance of Nature. I don't know how many truck drivers have asked me, how in the heck do you keep going at 88, 89 years old? I said, Balance of Nature. If they want to really enjoy some good health, get on Balance of Nature.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. For a limited time, you can receive a 30% discount and free shipping on your first preferred order of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code USA.